mathematicians, welcome back to Miss Phillips' class. Today is Tuesday, January the 26th, 2021, and I am so excited that you are here for another awesome Mathematicians Minute. Now today, just like usual, we have some really exciting things to learn about, so we need to get our brains really nice and warmed up. Now, if you were here with me yesterday, we got to play a really fun game, and that game was Math Simon Says. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever played Simon Says before. Amazing, a lot of you have. So guys, today we're gonna play one of my very favorite versions of Simon Says, which is Math Simon Says. The way that Simon Says works is that a person who's it is going to tell you some really silly things to do, and you're gonna have to do them, but only if I say Simon Says before I tell you to do it. Now, today we're going to play it with math, and I'm going to be it. So let me explain how that's going to work. I'm going to say something like, Simon says to do 2 plus 2 head taps. If I say to do 2 plus 2 head taps, how many head taps do you think that you're going to do? That's exactly right. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 head taps because 2 plus 2 equals 4. But remember, only if Simon says it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready? Awesome. It's time for some math Simon Says. Simon says, do 4 plus 4 jumping jacks. Ready? Go. Oh my word, scholars, that was amazing. If you did 8 jumping jacks, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. You should have done 8 jumping jacks. Beautiful. All right, let's do another one. Ready? Simon says, do 4 plus 5 spins. Oh my word, mathematicians, 9 spins. I bet y'all are getting pretty dizzy. Okay, let's do another one. Ready? Do 5 plus 5 shoulder taps. Wait a second. Did I say Simon Says? No. Did I trick you? Awesome job, guys. Okay, last one. Ready? Simon says do 5 plus 6 jumps. Amazing! Hopefully you did 11 jumps up and down. Go ahead and kiss your brain if you got all 4 of those Math Simon Says problems correct. Awesome! I want you to also kiss your brain if you didn't get all of them correct, because guys, the beautiful thing about math is that as we practice it, we can learn from our mistakes, and that's really important to keep in mind, because sometimes math is hard, but we know how to rise to the challenge. All right, guys, now I've got a question for you. As we did our Math Simon Says problems, did anybody notice a pattern about the answers on our board? Take a moment and see if you notice a pattern. Remember, friends, as mathematicians, we always want to look for patterns and make connections. So I'm looking and I see that each number increased by 1 every time we had an answer. Any ideas why that might have been the case? I'm hearing some awesome ideas out there. Each of our add-ins increased by 1 each time, and that's why our answers each increased by 1 each time. Sometimes noticing things like this can help us come up with answers more quickly, because as first graders, we know certain math facts like 4 plus 4 equals 8, and that can help us notice that if we see a problem like 4 plus 5, we can think in our heads, I don't know 4 plus 5 off the top of my head, but I do know that 4 plus 4 is 8, so it must be 1 more than 4 plus 4. So boys and girls, what is 4 plus 5? That's exactly right, mathematicians. It's 9. Beautiful job. Alrighty, guys. Now that our brains are nice and warmed up, I want to review what we learned yesterday. If you were here with me yesterday, you might remember that we talked about how we could identify and count pennies and nickels. We were talking all about money, specifically pennies and nickels. We went over how you can do 3 major things with money. Do you remember what those 3 things were? Oh my word, I'm so impressed with your memories. That's right. We talked about how we could spend money on our wants and our needs, things like food, clothes, shelter, transportation, and entertainment. We also talked about how we could save our money or invest it so that we could buy something bigger later on. The last use for our money that we discussed was giving it to a friend, business, or person in need. So there are 3 major uses for money. And we also talked about how there are 4 main coins that we use in the United States. We talked about how we have pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. But specifically, we covered 2 coins, and those coins were pennies and nickels. You might remember that we talked about a penny who has Abraham Lincoln on the front, and 1 penny was worth 1 cent. If we're counting pennies, boys and girls, what number do we count by? That's exactly right. We would count by ones because it's worth just 1 cent. I'm going to put this up on the board so that we can look at it and remind ourselves about pennies as we're thinking. We also talked about how there are 100 pennies in a dollar because there are 100 cents in a dollar. Now, if that is a lot of pennies, I want you to say, that is a lot of pennies. Ready? My turn. That is a lot of pennies. Your turn. That is a lot of pennies. All right. The next coin that we talked about, boys and girls, was what? That's right, we talked about a nickel. We talked about how a nickel has Thomas Jefferson's face on the very front. And we talked about how 1 nickel is worth 5 cents. Now, question for you. How many pennies would be in a nickel if a nickel is worth 5 cents? That's exactly right. There are 5 pennies in 1 nickel, and that's because a nickel is worth 5 cents. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the board to remind us all about nickels as we're learning today. We also talked about how many nickels there were in a dollar, and we figured out that there are 20 nickels in a dollar. And that's a lot, but it makes perfect sense because a nickel is worth 5 cents. So if we count by 5s 20 times, we will get to 100 cents or $1. Do y'all want to make sure that that's correct? All right, let's go ahead and count by 5s all the way to 100. Ready? Let's go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100 cents. There are 20 nickels in $1. Now, boys and girls, yesterday our learning target was that we could identify and count pennies and nickels. So I want to do just one problem having to do with pennies and nickels before we move along to dimes. Let's go ahead and get started. My word problem today says, Miss Phillips wants to buy an apple for 50 cents. How many nickels does she need to buy it? All right, boys and girls, anytime that we do a word problem, the first step that we always need to do is think about what is it that this question's asking. So what is it that this question is asking? Any ideas? That's right. So what the question is asking us is how many nickels make 50 cents? How many nickels make 50 cents? I'm going to underline how many nickels and 50 cents because that is important information in my problem. Now, a good step to do would be to figure out what is my plan for solving this problem. Who has an idea about how we might solve this problem? Great thinking, mathematicians. That's a great idea. What we can do is we can take out our nickels and we can count by fives until we reach what? Until we reach 50 cents. Amazing. Okay, I've got my nickels here. I made sure that they have Thomas Jefferson on the front so that I know I'm using nickels for sure. And I'm going to count by fives until I get to 50 cents. Count with me. Ready? Let's see if they'll stick right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50 cents. All right, guys, we've got 50 cents on my board. What do I need to do now? That's right. Let's go ahead and count how many nickels we have in all. Let's count by ones now. Count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 nickels. Now, as mathematicians, we always need to write a clear answer to a question. So let's go ahead and write 10 nickels on our paper. I've got 10, that's a 1 and a 0. Nickels. I can look at my problem to help me remember how to spell nickels. Nickels. 10 nickels makes 50 cents. Great work, mathematicians. Okay, now I think we're ready to move on to today's learning target. We have a new learning target today, and that learning target is I can identify and count dimes. Let me trade out our learning targets. All right, mathematicians. So I can identify and count dimes. Amazing work. Let's do a my turn, your turn. Ready? My turn. I can identify and count dimes. Your turn. Beautiful job. Alrighty, guys. So we can identify and count dimes. The first thing I want to do to make sure that we can identify and count dimes is take a good, hard look at dimes and just see what we notice. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to look at my board. Look at my two dimes. I've got a head and a tail of a dime, and see what you notice about it. What do you notice about these dimes? Oh my word, boys and girls. I heard so many incredible observations or noticings about dimes. Let's go ahead and fill out our dime chart based on what you noticed. All right, boys and girls, the first thing that we need to fill out on our dime chart is the color of our dimes. What color were our dimes? Awesome, yeah, I heard a lot of people say gray or silver. Because it's metallic, we're gonna say silver. Ready? Silver. Awesome, boys and girls. So our dime is silver, just like a quarter or a nickel. Now, let's talk about what is on the head or face of a dime. The head of a dime is another way for saying the front of it, and we can always remember that because that's where you see a face or a head. Who is on the head of a dime? You might notice it's a man with short hair, and that is actually Franklin Roosevelt. Ready? My turn. Franklin Roosevelt, your turn. Oh, my word. Amazing. All right, so I'm going to write Roosevelt's name on my board. Roosevelt. Roosevelt is on the face of our dime. What did you notice on the tail or back of our dime? That's exactly right. There is a torch, which represents liberty, and there are some branches, which represent peace. I'm just going to write torch because the torch with the flame is the thing we see on the center of our dime. Now, does anybody remember learning in kindergarten what the value of a dime is? How many cents is a dime worth? Oh my word, boys and girls, so many amazing memories. That's exactly right. A dime is worth 10 cents. 10 cents. And remember, we use that little C with a line in it as our cent symbol. Go ahead and write the cent symbol in the sky for me. Ready? Beautiful job, boys and girls. So considering that the value of a dime is 10 cents, what do we need to count by if we're counting dimes? Wonderful thinking. That's exactly right. We're going to count by tens, which we all know how to do. Guys, I'm going to raise this a little bit because it's kind of falling down. All right. So we figured out that the value of a coin is 10 cents, and we can count by tens to count dimes. So let's figure out how many dimes are in a dollar. Do y'all think we can figure that out together? Amazing. Okay, so my first thing that I need to remember is how many cents are in a dollar? Can you say that just a little bit louder for me, mathematicians? Thank you. Yes, there are 100 cents in a dollar. So we're going to count by tens using our dimes all the way until we reach 100 cents. Y'all think we can do it? Amazing. Okay, let's count. Ready? 10, 20, 30, counting with me, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 cents. Beautiful job, boys and girls. Okay, now let's figure out how many dimes that was. Let's count by ones to see how many dimes we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 dimes in $1. Now, that means that a dime is 1/10 of a dollar, but that's for another day. How many dimes in a dollar? There are 10 dimes in $1. All right, boys and girls, so we have practiced identifying and counting dimes. Now let's see if we can do a few word problems having to do with dimes. Y'all think we could do that? Amazing! I can't wait to see what you have learned. All right, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and look at our first word problem. It's going to be tricky, but definitely not too tricky for my students. This one says, Kalia has 8 dimes in her pocket. How many cents does she have? Take a moment to think about how you might solve this problem. Kalia has 8 dimes in her pocket. How many cents does she have? Remember, the first step of any word problem is to think about what we're being asked to do. What are we being asked to do here, boys and girls? Oh my goodness, so many smarty pants in this class. That's right, we're trying to figure out how many cents are in 8 dimes. So, what's a key number that I might want to underline here? You said it right, guys, 8. Go ahead and hold up 8 on your fingers. Beautiful work. And remember, I'm also going to underline the word dimes because that's pretty important here. That tells me that I'm going to be counting by tens. All right, guys, let's think of a plan now for how we're going to solve this problem. Any ideas? Beautiful. Yes, let's count 8 dimes and then count by tens. So first I need to get my 8 dimes out. Ready? Help me count by ones to make sure we've got 8 dimes. Ready? I'm going to put them over here this time. Ready? 1 dime, 2 dimes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've got 8 dimes. Am I done with my problem? No, guys, I'm not done with my problem. I need to figure out how many cents I have all together. So let's count by what? Yes, guys, let's count by tens and see how many cents we have. Let's count together. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cents. I'm going to write that on my board while you're writing it in the sky. Awesome, guys. We've got 80 cents. Remember to include that cent symbol at the end of your problem. Awesome work, boys and girls. Let's do one more together. Do y'all think we can do another one? I think so. Okay. While I'm clearing my board, since we're talking about dimes right now, can y'all count by tens and see how high you can get? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Oh my word, y'all just counted all the way to 100 by tens. That is pretty incredible for a first grader. All right, guys, we're gonna do this one super quickly. Nathaniel wants to buy a piece of candy for 60 cents. How many dimes will he need? Take a moment to think about how we could solve this problem. What are we being asked, boys and girls? Yes! Oh my word, that's exactly right. We are being asked how many dimes make 60 cents. So I'm going to underline my keyword here, dimes. And then what's a key number here? Oh my goodness. Can you say it just a little bit louder so I can hear you? Yes, guys, that's exactly right. 60 cents would be our key number here. So I'm going to take out my dimes and we're going to count by tens all the way until we get to 60 cents and figure out how many dimes we have. Ready? Let's count by tens. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh my word, how many dimes did it take to make 60 cents? Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dimes. Amazing work, boys and girls. You guys have done such an incredible job of learning today. Our learning target today was I can identify and count dimes, and we did that absolutely perfectly. I am so proud of your hard work, and I hope you have the most amazing day today. Bye, boys and girls.
Brain Breaks with Coach Wood. Today we're going to be doing some Olympic sports, summer and winter. So we're going to dive right in, pun always intended, and we're going to start swimming because swimming is an awesome sport. So get up, get off that couch, swim with me, all right? We're going to swim across the ocean, all the way over to Europe or someplace over there, who knows? Woo! I don't know if that's possible. Don't try it. Kids, don't try that at home. We're still swimming. Nice and easy. In just a minute, we're gonna jump over to a winter sport. Right now, we're gonna start skiing. So what you're gonna do is get on one leg, and you're just gonna jump over. Just like this, leg to leg. We're skiing, we're downhill skiing. Whew. I've been skiing a couple times in my life. It's awesome, shredding the snow, but it's not fun when you face plant in the snow. It gets really cold, gets old real quick. Whew. Keep it going. We're skiing, we're about to jump back to summer, and go. We're running. We're going to be doing some hurdles. You know what a hurdle is? You go, you jump, ready, jump. Woo. All right, so when I say jump, we're jumping over the hurdles. If you don't, you're going to trip. Not going to be good. Ready, jump. Woo. Here we go. Keep it going. You're doing great. Ready, jump. Woo. Man, all these sports, so crazy. Keep it going. Ready, jump. One more. We're almost to the finish line. Ready, set, jump. Woo. Next, we're going to do some crazy winter sport called curling. Squat down, and it's like you're brooming like this. Here we go. I'm brooming, and it's this big rock that's going down ice, and I'm trying I'm trying to get the ice. Here we go, arm workout, squatting down. We're gonna switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, here we go. Woo! Curling, look it up. It's a sport, I promise you. Keep it going, jump. Keep it going. Oh my goodness. You got a broom, smooth out the ice, jump. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake it out. I'm up here. Here we go. Make it. So, ladies and gentlemen, last 2 sports, we're gonna do a little basketball. Get the pass, shoot. Get the pass, shoot. Here we go. Nice and easy. I'm so tall over here. I need to get a little shorter. Here we go. Working on that J. Steph Curry. Your boy Kobe. Here we go. Keep it up. Other side. Nice. Keep it up. You're doing great. We're about to jump over to my native land sport of Michigan. We're going to do a little hockey. Here we go. Ready. Slap shot. Nice. Keep it going. Holding that hockey stick. Going up. What's important is you're up moving. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping to the other side. Boom. You're doing great. Boom. One more. Woo. Nice. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.